And Megatron was a beast because
Exactly.
Megatron. And how many games did he have? Over 200 receiving yards? He had quite a few, but none
He was good
like
for fantasy, I can tell you that. Myles, what's the record you're seeing though? Welcome to the Ethan and Mike Sports Show. To a brand new episode, Ethan and Mike Sports Podcast Show. I'm your host, Ethan.
And I'm Mike. Good to be back, sir. Good to be back.
And we are back better than ever. We took that 1 week off. Was a lot of pressure, but we came back better than ever. We just got that new intro, as y'all just heard just now. Lit as hell. I'm telling you that right now. Mike, tell us what you have been doing for the past few weeks since the last time we talked.
Working.
How are we all?
Trying to get as much bank as I possibly can before I start college in January, which for those of you who don't already know, I'm going to be attending my dream school, the University of Miami, in January, studying broadcast journalism. And I'm so pumped to start. But now they have me working these ridiculous hours. Like I got to go in 4 to 8, 1 to 8, 11 to 7, all to just scoop balls out of the lake.
Hey, man,
throw me on a cart shift every once in a
golf.
while. Like, come on, man.
You love golf so much. You love golf so much. You start scooping the balls out of the golf course. But Mike, we got a special guest today. You want to know who that is?
Yes, tell me. Who is it?
We got Myles Per Hr podcast in today. How you doing, Myles? How you doing, man?
How you doing, man? How y'all doing? Y'all doing good?
Yes, sir.
Doing great, man. So tell us about yourself, man. Tell about where you're from, how you started this podcast, man.
All right. Like you said, the name of my podcast is Myles Per Hr. My name is Myles China. I'm a 17. I'm a high school senior now. When a lot of people listen to my podcast, they think that I'm 20 and 25. They think I'm older for some reason. I just been told that. I started my podcast like last year in September-ish, around there, like late August, early September. Around there, the reason I started it was because my auntie, I call her my auntie. We were at church and she was like, Myles, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, I want to be a sports commentator. And she was like, what are you doing now so that it can help you become a sports commentator? I'm not doing anything right now. And I used to do plays and stuff like that at the church. And she was like, Myles, we know you like to talk and we know that you like sports. So she told me to download this app called Anchor. So I downloaded Anchor, and my very first podcast, it was about where I think each NBA team will rank this season before it got canceled. And that got, last time I checked, it had over almost 90 plays. And that was my very first sports podcast. And ever since that, I've been getting a lot of DMs. I made my own podcast page, and I'm getting a lot of DMs, and I've been getting a lot of plays from my podcast. And they just been like, Myles, I really like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I have monthly supporters. Anchor sponsors the podcast, but they sponsor everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And, that's really it.
Hey, that's inspirational. You said it was your auntie that helped you push you to do a podcast?
Yeah, she was just like, we know that you like talking. She was like, we know you like talking. We know you like talking about sports. So she was like, why don't you just put them things together and start somewhere now? And yeah. Oh, and I'm in Atlanta, and I'm a Hawks and Falcons fan. So yeah.
Yeah, we're about to talk about it pretty soon. I actually like that last name. In China, it's like every time I hear that, I always start with a Spanish name, China. When I saw that, I was like, Myles China. I was like, oh, okay, that's a good one. It's a good name right there. When you say that, Mike?
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good, man.
Hey, but that was an inspiration there, actually. Because this episode is also sponsored by Anchor too, and also we're representing Duco right here. Duco,
Woo!
10%
New
off on
sponsor.
Duco merch. You've used the word Ethan as the full all capitals, Duco. So you better be watching us. Duco, give us money. Taking that from Bogart.
Especially me, I need that bank.
But we're gonna talk about your Hawks first, Myles. So for the Hawks this year, do you feel that Trae Young's gonna be an inspirational star for the Hawks? Do you really see that in the future, and you'll be like in the first seed?
I can definitely say that Trae Young he's solidified himself. That's only his second year in the league, and he was an all-star starter. You know what I'm saying? Not an all-star. He was an all-star starter this year, and it's NBA players that go their whole career without even touching the all-star court. You know what I'm saying? And Trae Young, he has the ability to lead Atlanta to the 1 seed or want to give Trae. I'll give us about maybe 3 more years, 3 to 4 more years, and I say that we can be we can be a top 3 seed in the East because with Trae Young, who this year he averaged 30 points and almost 10 assists. He averaged 9.3. He averaged 30 points, and with that, he already has John Collins, and they're the building cores that Travis Schlenk is trying to build around. It's Trae Young and John Collins, right? And whether those 2 players, I can tell you right now, those 2 players aren't going in, and especially Trae Young, because Travis Schlenk came in and he knew what he was trying to do with, he was drafting Trae Young. He was trying to because he was used to be the assistant general manager for the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? So he's really trying to rebuild a Warrior 2.0 with Trae Young, and he got John Collins and Kevin Huerter, and we just drafted DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish. Thing is, we just need a player that can defend next to Trae Young, because we all know.
What I can say about the Hawks, though, since they're the same division as the Heat, I just feel in the near future, I think the Hawks will be a threat in the NBA. They'll come back, especially if they have Trae Young. They just need to build around Trae Young. I just feel like because they went off against the Heat one time, 55 points if I exactly remembered, and they beat us. I was a little bit disappointed there, but Trae Young was going off that game. I can really say that. Like Trae Young, he's gonna be a star. He's already a star, but he's gonna be like a superstar in the near future for the Hawks. Yeah. Now I know you mentioned, Myles, on your podcast. You said that you regret the Hawks not drafting Tyler Hero. Is what I remember you hearing on NBA Southeastern on your podcast. What do you think of why you regret the Hawks getting Tyler Hero?
Now that I look at it, because it was real early in the season when I said that I regret it. It was because Cam Reddish, he was playing piss poor like his first few games. Like, man was like going 0 for 3 and 0 for 5, or 1 from 6, or 1 for 7 and 2 for 8 and stuff like that. And I was just like, what in the world is this? I'm like, Cam Reddish, we did not draft you to come in here and be mediocre. You know what I'm saying? And because he was playing the way he was playing, I was like, then I saw Tyler Hero. He was, because he has that's who y'all gonna start building around. Y'all gonna start building around Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. And then with the reason I said I was regretted it, quote unquote, it was because I didn't give. I'm more of a I want production now type guy. You know what I'm saying? And like let's take Trae Young for example. His rookie season, for example, he came in and he wasn't like giving me exactly what I expected from him when he was in Oklahoma. He wasn't doing that it's like super quick. You know what I'm saying? And so then I was looking at Luka. He was just coming in averaging triple doubles and just just going off like his rookie season. And I was like, wow, we could have had that. I didn't give Trae Young enough time, because after the All-Star break, his rookie season, he started to turn it up. He started dropping 20 and 30, shooting long bombs and things like that. I just had to do the same thing with Cam Reddish, because after the All-Star break for him, I mean, he didn't start going around dropping 20 and 30, but he still had the he just improved his game a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like if you look at this season, Trae Young, yeah, like I said, he's averaging 30. He's like I think it's top 5, top 10 scorers in the league, and it's only his second year. He's
Yeah,
averaging
it's
more.
only second year.
Yeah, so
And then the offseason the Hawks gonna have, he's gonna have it. Gonna give them a build up for the next season right there. And I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I have a feeling the Hawks can make the playoffs next year. If they pick the right tools in the draft this year, the draft happens in September. If they pick some good tools and it starts clicking next season, I could see the Hawks making it like lower seed, but they'll make it.
Yeah. And they got to stay healthy too. That's another big thing.
And they can't get suspended.
Yeah.
Because I can say that if John Collins never got suspended those 25 games, I can say that we would have at least been one of those 8th or 9th seed. Or maybe even 10. Because look, two things that Atlanta, when Trae Young's out, the team does not know how to function. I'm not gonna say that because they're NBA players. I'm not gonna sit here and act like they're just bad. You know what I'm saying? They're in the NBA for a reason. Somebody saw something in them, so they're good for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just when Trae Young's not leading the offense or doing his thing, it's different. So like, Trae Young was out. He was injured one game, or a couple of games, I should say, and I think Brandon Goodwin was I think it was either Brandon Goodwin. Was it another point guard that we had? I'm pretty sure it was Brandon Goodwin.
Yeah.
Brandon, it was. I mean, we won some games, but a lot of the games we weren't winning because Trae Young wasn't on the court. And I can say the same thing. Let's say when Trae Young was on the court and them 25 games John Collins was suspended, we didn't lose all 25 games because, they're NBA players. If you lose all 25 games like that, then that's a problem. But they didn't lose all 25 games. I mean, but they didn't win as many as they would have won with the John. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. But it'll be I think the Hawks can rebound for next season. Realistically, they'll be better than the Wizards as of right now.
Oh yeah, we'll be 10 times better than the Wizards, and it's because I just need somebody next to Trae Young that can
build around.
Yeah, exactly. I just need somebody that can play defense, help him facilitate the floor, and if you can give me 15 points, 17 points, 20 points, then I'll take you. Like
exactly, Tyler Hero, for example.
Your guys are already headed in the right direction with Cam Reddish and right over there. I think 2021 is going to be like a key draft year for you guys.
Yeah, and because we were bad, we're going to have a lottery pick and praying that if the lottery guys like us, that will at least have a top 3 pick. Because the ideal situation, what I think will be best for the Hawks is, let's say, I want to draft LaMelo Ball, right? I really want LaMelo.
Yeah, everyone's going for LaMelo this year's draft.
He's already played against grown men in the NBL, and I'm pretty sure he's NBA ready. He's already played against grown men over there where he's playing at. But let's just say we fall to 2 or 3. Let's say we don't get the first pick, right? Let's just say we don't get the first pick, right? Then somebody takes LaMelo before us. Let's say we fall to 3. Atlanta falls to 3. Okay. LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards go 1 and 2, right? Let's just say that happens. Then what we can do is I will not mind trading Kevin Huerter, that 3rd pick, for Drew Holiday and whatever first-round pick they have. I'll take their first-round pick this year and their first-round pick next year. Because I'm giving up a young player and I'm giving up a top 3 pick. But in return, we're getting their first-round pick this year, their first-round pick next year. We're getting a player that can facilitate the floor and a player that can defend it. So a song alongside Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know Trae Young can't defend that Clark's card.
Yeah, 100%. I can agree there. I can agree with Myles. Let's talk about our new segment now. We got Miami Vice Sports News as our new slogan. So we're going to talk about Myles Falcons. So I want to hear about what the criticism of the Falcons, because I know everyone's already down on the Falcons being like the 4th seed of that division. And who's your sleeper for the Falcons this year? Who you really see there?
All right. So as y'all know, we did a lot. Our offseason was pretty busy. We signed Laquan Treadwell. He was a former first-round pick for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We signed Todd Gurley. We drafted A.J. Terrell. We drafted so where do I start? One player that I can say who I think will have a real good season, a bounce back season. Todd Gurley, excuse me. Todd Gurley's gonna come in and he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Todd Gurley gonna come in and have a real good season because not only did Los Angeles give up on him, he was Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he helped Los Angeles get to that Super Bowl that one year. Again, that was
2 years ago.
The worst Super Bowl I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That's agreeable.
That Rams and Patriots one, that was a boring Super Bowl.
That was tremendous. Tremendous 10-3 score. 13-3.
That was literally the definition of that Super Bowl was literally the meme of the guy holding the stick, poking at something, saying "do something."
Yeah. But Todd Gurley gonna come in, and I'm pretty sure he's mad because not only was he gave everything to Los Angeles, and they released him. I'm pretty sure he would have been more respected. It would have been more respectful for them to trade him more than just to release them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For them just to say, "Yo, all right, man, we done with you. Bada bing, bada boom, poof, be gone." You feel me?
Yeah, like I could see like why they did that because they were questioning his knees. Like everyone's questioning Todd Gurley's knees, which hopefully he has a good offseason so he can run the ball as quality as he did with the Rams. His like sophomore and junior year of the football.
Yeah.
But
I hate to interrupt, but I just got a notification on my phone that NFL may grant their players to opt out of this season. And it says that a report confirms that the NFL proposal would allow players to opt out of 2020 season by a specific date. So much like how the NBA has granted their players the opt-out, the NFL might do it too.
That's something interesting, actually. Because it could change a lot of things onto your team. Like the Falcons, for example. You know, but back to the Falcons segment, though. My sleeper, though, Myles, I have Calvin Riley.
Yeah.
I can see him getting like 1,000-yard season this year alongside with Julio Jones. And hopefully Matt Ryan does something this year because he ain't getting here anytime soon.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley is because I can say that, you know what I'm saying? Julio ain't about to be young forever. You know what I'm saying? Julio ain't young forever. He's about to be, 31, 32, somewhere around there.
Wow, that's old already.
Yeah, and then what's Matt Ryan about to be, like 34, 35 or something like that?
Almost like 30, almost going to like 35 or 36 this year.
Yeah, one of those. And I'm saying they're not going to be young forever.
No.
And Calvin is it's basically with Atlanta, you have to pick your poison. Not only another sleeper, Hayden Hurst. You know what I'm saying?
It hurts.
Yeah.
And he didn't have his time to shine in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because he was behind Mark Andrews. He comes to Atlanta, he has no choice but to be the starting tight end.
Because Austin Cooper just left and signed with Cleveland.
Right. And so in my opinion, I think there's nobody else more deserving of a ring than Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, because
Yeah.
Julio Jones is definitely a Hall of Famer. He's the only receiver in NFL history to have over 3 games with over 250 receiving yards, right? No other receiver in NFL history has more than 1.
Yeah.
Not Randy Moss, not Jerry Rice, not
Calvin Johnson.
Joe. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Don't any of them.
And Megatron was a beast because
Exactly.
Megatron. And how many games did he have over 200 receiving yards? He had quite a few, but none.
He was good for fantasy, I can tell you that. Well, overall, Myles, what's the record you're seeing, though? Not to mean to cut you off.
I can, if everything goes well and the NFL and we play all 16 games, I can see Atlanta. And then I looked at our schedule, and I can tell y'all now we're sweeping the Panthers. I can't remember exactly who we playing, but going off division, I can say we're gonna win at least 6 of those, at least 3 of those division games, maybe 4. So if everything goes well, I can see Atlanta winning. The most I see us going is 12-4 or 11-5, somewhere around there. 11-5, 12-4, around there, right?
Yeah. All right. I just pulled up the Falcons schedule just to confirm, and here we go. So week 1, you guys are at home against the Seahawks.
Okay.
Then week 2, you go on the road to play Dallas.
Okay.
Which is never an easy place to play because Dallas always plays everybody tough. Then you come back home to play Chicago. Then you go back on the road and play in Lambeau against the Packers. Then you come back home against Carolina, on the road at Minnesota, at home against Detroit, at Carolina, home against Denver, at New Orleans, home against Vegas, home against the Saints, at the Chargers, home against the Buccaneers, at Chiefs, at Buccaneers. Your bye week is week 10.
Games. Games that we could lose. We could lose. Seahawks. That's gonna be a good game. Seahawks, Chiefs. I don't know about Dallas now, because Dallas don't scare me at all. Dallas does not scare me at all.
Yeah.
Usually in AT&T, I will be a little bit scared, but if they're away, it's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I'm scared, because they're at home.
But that's the only reason why I'll be scared with Dallas, because they're at their casa, so it's not an easy way to win. You see Seattle and the Saints when they go out in there.
Yeah,
I think that the only reason that I would be scared to play Dallas, especially this year, is because of Dak Prescott. We know that he signed his franchise tag for $31.4 million or something like that.
40 mil.
They didn't reach a long-term deal by the 15th, by 4 p.m. So he's going to be a free agent next year unless they put the tag on him again. So I feel like he has something to prove this year to say, hey, I'm a quarterback who deserves $40 million a year. Now give it to me.
It's his contract year.
Yeah, this is basically his make or break year if he wants to play in Dallas again. And that's the only reason why I think he's going to come out firing. I think he's going to come out saying, I'm not done. I'm going to be a Cowboy for a long time. So if you want me here, you better pay me the money I want. So that's basically the only reason I'd be scared of Dallas, because we all know what Zeke can do, and we all know what Amari Cooper. Oh, shoot, yeah. They just got CeeDee Lamb this year, too.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb. That's what I was saying.
Shoot, we just got AJ Terrell. He clamping all that up. He 21-1 as a starter.
That's true. AJ Terrell's a good lockdown.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear my prediction, Myles, on the Falcons, I have them better than the Panthers, but not better than the Bucs or the Saints. I have them like the highest they'll go. This is kind of like a little bit of a tough schedule. I know you're gonna feel bad for me there. I think like 7 wins will be a good year again. 7 wins.
Bro. You underestimating the Falcons big time.
I'm underestimating a little bit because the way division they have to. they gotta impress me a little bit more because they just got Tom Brady from the Bucks, which I know there's like overhype a little bit, and then they got Drew Brees still in the league. Panthers.
Hey man, look, so I don't care who you are. If you have Tom Brady, because look, in my opinion, Mike Evans he's not a top 5 receiver. He's I can top 10. He's definitely top 15. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure,
Top 10. I could put him like top. I could put him in the top 10, like around 9 or 10.
Yeah, I can see that.
But because look at their offensive line, right? I'm gonna just tell. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Tom Brady. I don't care if you're Drew Brees. I don't care if you're Cam Newton. I don't care if you're another good quarterback. I don't care if you're Aaron Rodgers. If your offensive line is Swiss cheese, that's not gonna do anything. Because let's take a look last year, and I actually did a podcast on it. Make sure I go listen to it, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But anywho. I did a podcast on the Bucks with Tom Brady, right? And I was saying, I looked at the sacks that the Buccaneers offensive line gave up. They gave up almost, what was it, 45? It was like high 30. It was like 40, like in the 40s, around there, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, if they did that last year, because let's take a look, because Jameis Winston had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions, right? He had a 30-30 year, right? A lot of those interceptions were not his fault. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, man, Jameis wasn't just all of his interceptions were not his fault, because that would be wrong. Some of his interceptions were his fault. Some of them were missed throws. Some of them were bad decisions, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at it, some of his interceptions were off were off of tip passes because the receivers have butterfingers. And 2, if you're being rushed, right? If you're being rushed, then what? Then what's gonna happen? You're trying to get the ball out your hands. You don't want to lose yards. And then a lot of it was his offensive line was getting pushed back to the point where defensive linemen could jump and tip the pass, and it's hanging up in the air for a long time, and the defender comes down with it. So I don't care who you are. If your offensive line is Swiss cheese, like if you look at the Texans, their offensive line is Swiss cheese, and Dak Prescott got to run every time. And I'm not Dak Prescott. Deshaun Watson got to run every time, and we know Deshaun Watson don't want to run. We know Russell Wilson don't want to run. They do it because they have to. I mean, they do it because
their own line is complete garbage, and that's why you see Russell Wilson goes around in the circle, kind of like the Swiss 8 going around.
And he's able to pull off those magical plays, and
I don't know how, and I don't know why Seattle does not see this. Get Russell Wilson an offensive line, because every offensive lineman y'all have drafted is either injured or he becomes a bust. Because it was a game against the Falcons one year, and he got sacked a couple of times, and it was at the point where he couldn't even run from it because his offensive line wasn't even giving him time to run. And basically what I'm saying with the Bucks is, cool, you have Tom Brady. That's cool. He ain't gonna do nothing if he's on his back all the time.
I just feel like their defense with the Bucks, I just feel like they have a weakness still there, and the running game. And the running game, I feel they still have a weakness there too.
Who they drafted? They drafted an offensive lineman. They drafted.
They drafted Tristan Wirfs from Iowa.
You seen that? Yeah. You seen that video with him coming out of the pool?
Yeah, he jumped out the pool just straight up. I was like, oh wow.
big man coming out of the pool like that, like damn.
And it's all fun and games until he meets Grady Jarrett from the Falcons, and he welcomes him to the league. But other than that, I don't know if the Bucks having Tom Brady is going to help a lot. Only because, like I said, if Tom Brady is on his back, if Tom Brady's on his back all the time because he's getting sacked, what's that gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just what I'm saying. I think, like I said, the worst I see us going is 9-7. The best I see us doing is like 12-4, 11-5, around that area.
Okay.
Because we have a chance to be the number 1 seed in our division. So
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how the season goes there. So this will be.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a quick round. So we know we have franchise tag deadlines just passed by.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the most shocking? I'll go first on this one. Who's the most shocking that happened that didn't happen at all? I'll say Dak Prescott and Derrick Henry. Dak Prescott didn't get that contract that he was looking for, although I think he needed to improve there. But the Cowboys were willing him to give him 33 to 35 mil, which, of course, he was not going to sign that. He was looking for 40 million. And then when you saw that Patrick Mahomes contract, you know he wanted more. Probably wanted $1 billion.
He want more than that.
He probably wanted more than that. And then the Derrick Henry contract, he got 4 years, 50 million. He's under. I feel like he's underpaid than Ryan Tannehill because Derrick Henry really carried the Tennessee Titans in the playoffs. If you really think about that,
I think he is.
Tannehill got 4 year, 118 million, while Derrick Henry just got a 4 year, 50 million contract.
It's extension, and like he didn't even get he only got an extension, and it's like Ryan Tannehill. He had a great season, you know. He had
a good season too.
I'm not gonna take that from him. No, but he got cut from Miami for a reason.
The system didn't work here
for a reason. And this year he ain't gonna. I don't know if he's gonna do anything. Like I wish the best for every NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want them to just have a horrible year. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if Ryan Tannehill is gonna be able to come in and be like, yo, this is my team now. Because for what Tennessee did to Derrick Henry, in my opinion, is blatantly disrespect. That is a grown man. Like look at, if you saw, it was a picture of Derrick Henry standing next to Mark Ingram. Derrick Henry is a grown man.
He looked like he's 6'7". Looked like he's 6'7" on the field.
Yeah. And it was this thing I saw. It was like, would you rather take a charge from Derrick Henry? It was like, would you rather try to tackle Derrick Henry or do 100 pull-ups? And I was like, man.
Get that pull-up game going.
Gotta get that pull-up game going.
I'm taking the pull-ups. I'm taking
that pull-up game going. You probably be a highlight reel if you try to tackle Derrick Henry like Earl Thomas.
Oh, yeah. You'll end up on ESPN, Sports Center,
yeah.
News.
Yeah, be on Sports Center top 10 play. Here we go.
Oh boy, what?
Derrick Henry stiff arming the heck out of Myles. In the play.
Like it was this one he stiff armed the heck out of, what's his name? He plays for the Ravens now.
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas, yeah.
Earl Thomas, like I just mentioned.
He turned him around and made him a blocker for him.
He stiff armed the heck out of Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas was like, all right, I guess I'm blocking now. I was like, oh wow.
I saw that and I was like, okay, Tennessee's winning this game. That right there was the defining moment when I said, Tennessee's actually going to win.
That's what I call beast mode. That's what I call beast mode in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Derrick Henry something, and I think it was just disrespectful that he didn't get a bigger bag than Ryan Tannehill. So yeah.
Yeah, but that concludes this episode today, guys. Myles, tell them where you can find you.
All right, guys. First of all, Ethan and Mike, I really thank y'all for having me. I've been wanting to do a podcast with y'all for the longest.
Hey, man. Likewise. Thank you for being here.
But yeah, you can find me on my podcast page is MylesPerHR podcast, the Myles Per Hr podcast on Instagram. And then you can find my podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Republic, wherever podcasts can be heard. Type in Myles Per Hr, MylesPerHR. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they'll find Ethan and Mike. They'll find a way to put it in the description or something like that. So yeah, thank y'all for that. Make sure I go listen to my new podcast that I just dropped.
A few days ago.
2 days ago, yeah. It's already got 10 plays. So make sure y'all go listen to Ethan and Mike's podcast. I like them a lot. I really do. And make sure I get out and register to vote, guys. Register to vote. That's all I want.
Yeah, big time.
But like I said now, I'm Ethan.
I'm Mike.
You can catch us up all on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all major podcasters. We are the Miami Vice Sports News, signing out. Take care. Take care, guys.